just non-stop pop-ups.
Search Anthems on BBC Sounds.
Hi everyone, welcome to Made of L3, and this is the big room. This is the kind of grand arena, and rightly so, for our live gig tonight on Radio 1's new music show. It's Wunderhorse, everybody. Boys, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, that's nice.
Let's do a quick little introduction. Jacob over in the centre on the guitar
me, yeah.
and the voice. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Nice. We've got Harry on guitar as well.
Yo.
Hey, Harry. We've got Peter on bass.
Hello.
And then we've got our boy Jamie over on drums.
Hello.
And they make up Wunderhorse, everybody, who have got a brand new album called Midas on the way, dropping 30th of August, roughly a month's time or so. And just generally the kind of feeling about this album, and now you finished it and you're promoting it and you're taking steps towards people actually hearing it. How do you feel about this record in general?
Sort of feels like the first record as a new group, you know, as a band, because the first one, Cub, was kind of more of a collection of songs put together by me, whereas since Harry's joined, it's become much more of a band thing, and it's much more of a collaborative effort.
That's interesting to hear, because I did an interview a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was with Muramasa, and we were just talking about just the scene, music in general here in the UK. It's this crazy stat where the UK hasn't even had a number one this year, and he was kind of saying, he was like, oh, I think it's kind of because at the moment lots of things are very dance centric, lots of things are very electronic centric, and it's more about the kind of vibe and the energy of the music rather than the songs, perhaps. And people need to start kind of stepping back and leaning into the storytelling a little bit more within the music. Collaboratively speaking, that can be something that can cut through a lot better when you're working with someone else. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, you're right. I think like dance music and hip-hop and stuff now are probably like the two biggest things at the moment.
Yeah.
I suppose hip-hop maybe would have more of a story to it sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, whereas maybe not too long ago, culturally in this country, it was guitar music. But
it's always felt like, to me anyway, growing up and listening to music, guitar music has always been the centre point for storytelling. That's kind of where I've related most. That's where I feel like the stories get told most intensely, perhaps, a lot of the time. And actually, I think you guys are probably an exception to what we're talking about here, because from the three songs that we've heard so far, in Midas, in July, in Silver, they are all three very intense stories from very different perspectives. But it feels like, Jacob, they're all talking about a very similar thing.
Yeah, there definitely has been a theme that's emerged on the record, but because all the songs are written in such a short space of time, it's almost retrospectively looking back that the themes kind of emerge. It is quite a dark record, you know. I guess that's just where we all were.
I love it for that, though. Right, should we get into a song?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's run Silver. Wunderhorse live gig tonight.
I've always known an anger, and I've always known a shame. I felt it like a hunger before I knew my name. And I'm just an empty promise with nothing much to say, unless you fill me up with poison and pour me down the drain. Yeah, I was crooked from the cradle, stood from the start, and I've kissed some pretty people in the hollow of my heart. I said, spill me all your secrets, I'll sell you off for parts. I'll warm your bed, I'll pull your threads and fill your head with something dark, something dark. And hush now, baby, don't you cry. I know you're singing deep inside. I broke your wings so you won't fly. You're my
That was Silver, performed by Wunderhorse. They're performing live for you tonight on Radio 1's New Music Show. We were kind of getting into the emotional side of the record and what you were embodying on this brand new album, Midas, that's coming at the end of August. How emotional did it get in the studio when writing this? Did anyone start crying at all?
Maybe someone cried, but maybe not for that reason. I don't know. Tensions get high.
What reason would it have been for, though?
I don't know. It was definitely an intense environment to be working in, and but that was good.
Yeah,
it was kind of. I think you can hear that.
I think 100%. we had a lot of shared experiences in the build up to going out to America to record it. So I think we were roughly on the same page emotionally.
Yeah, tell us about the American experience. Where and what was that like? Where were you shacked up and everything? Talk us through it.
It was at a studio called Pachyderm in Minneapolis, which I think is where it's got some great history to it. Nirvana, PJ Harvey, I think Pixies might have done a record there. So we were quite in awe of the place turning up, and then quickly settled in and started to try and make it our own space for 3 weeks.
Yeah. What was the atmosphere in the place like? Did it look similar to Maida Vale? Was it kind of heritage feeling, or was it quite modern?
So we had some. It was quite mid-century. Lots of mid-century furniture about.
Something like that. Yeah. No, it was the live room was sort of like this in the sense, big high ceilings. It gives you that really massive drum sound, which is a huge part of the record.
So you felt like you had to fill the space in a way. You kind of had to step up to the occasion a little bit.
For sure, yeah.
I guess we're not going to hear it tonight, but July is that kind of song. From the three that we've heard so far from the record, that feels like the song that maybe fits the place that you're describing the most, and actually maybe even has that little bit of that Nirvana feel to it as well. God, you're so stark with the lyrics on that thing, you know? Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people listening to this show right now who are early songwriters, early musicians, and they hear a lot, just write how you feel. But a lot of the time it's, I don't know how I feel and I don't know how to say how I feel. So from your experience as songwriters so far and on the brink of releasing this really emotional new album, how do you go about translating the feelings that you feel onto paper? Do you sit with them for a little bit? Do you talk to other people about how it's feeling? How do you like to do it?
I think you have to wait till it's kind of like an undeniable thing, like something that, this is the way kind of I work, especially with lyrics, like the only time it's going to happen is if it has to happen. If I want it to happen or I want to coax something out because I want to, it doesn't work. It needs to be like an undeniable feeling that kind of needs to be exercised out of you. And that's usually where the good songs happen, and they usually only take, sort of 5 or 10 minutes, as you say, they kind of write themselves. And you go, okay, that's going to work. But yeah, I don't know, it's such a subjective form, you can't, it's different for everyone, But that's just me.
Well, let's get a little taste of this album once again, the title track of the record, Midas. Wunderhorse live gig tonight.
Inside the suit came crawling down the telephone, somewhere between a chessboard and a nursery rhyme. I heard the rattlesnake, he was shaking in his invitation, and the whites of his knuckles on the other end of the line. Midas, yeah, Midas, la 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 la, Midas, yeah, Midas. He stepped inside his office and the whole place seemed to shiver. He said, come a little closer, kid, come on, don't be shy. Starts to find a fracture in his tombstone facelift, and he fixed me with the coldness of the kingdom in his eyes. Midas, yeah.
That was Midas by Wunderhorse. They're performing a live gig for you on Radio 1's new music show this evening from Maid of Vale. Time for them to step up and do a cover today on the show. I actually don't know what you picked. I haven't found out. I just walked in and we've started chatting, and I have no idea what you picked. So, do you want to? Why is everyone smirking?
Well, it was an unusual choice. Choices, I think, because when obviously doing this, it's not something that we've ever done. To cover a modern sort of song.
Yeah.
And we were going to cover something else that we cover at gigs when we feel like it.
What's that usually?
All Along the Watchtower, but we do kind of like a replacement-y kind of version of it, you know. Okay. Yeah, we were kind of messing around last minute with Lunch by Billie Eilish, and we suddenly thought, yeah, well, why not? We'll give it a go. Subvert it slightly and see what happens, you know.
Okay, so messing around last minute with Lunch by Billie Eilish. This sounds in part on the fly a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where all the good stuff happens. Yeah?
Well, it sounds like that's kind of how you approach things when making the album anyway. You kind of walked into the room, the feelings were the feelings, you let them fly, and that basically became the song. Of course, if you probably touches here and there, why not do the same performing tonight on Radio 1? Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Wunderhorse live gig tonight. You heard Silver and Midas, the title track from the brand new album that's coming 30th of August. We will leave you with their cover of Billie Eilish and Lunch.
I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl. I could eat that girl for lunch, where she dances on my tongue. Tastes like she might be the one, and I just can't get enough. I could buy her so much stuff. It's a craving, not a crush. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl. She said, call me when you're there. I bought you something rare, and I left it on the plate. Now she's coming up the stairs, and I'm pulling up a chair. I'm pulling up my hair. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that girl for lunch. I could eat that
And that
is what it is all about when it comes to doing a cover for our live gigs out here on Radio 1's New Music Show.